Hi there, welcome to I Alone Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for Scorpio energy. For this 12-week series, or 12 zodiac signs this time period, I'm going to use the Kipper deck for this round, just to get a little different story or perspective of what might be going on out there in the world. So we're going to use the Kipper deck, and then we're going to get clarifiers on top of it. So keep in mind, we can all tap into Scorpio energy. We're either willing to go into our deep emotions or we're not. We like to be more shallow. We like to be maybe intimidating and controlling. So in the family room, there could be discussion going on. The false person could kind of be looked at as the devil card in tarot. We have the poverty card and the privileged lady. And what came out not showing itself, like as if it doesn't want to be considered or it wants to be rejected, or what they're not showing people, is the main female. So internally, emotionally, the main female would be our own emotions. So privately, someone might feel in lack, but they might present themselves as the privileged lady, which again, emotionally, presenting yourself as being very abundant, but they're being false because they reject their own true emotional side. For other people, they're kind of wondering if maybe they should. Some people could be dealing with someone like that, a false person. Secretly, they kind of are in lack. It's kind of like they live in shadow in a way, fear, insecurity, lack self-confidence, have self-limiting belief systems, or selfish or greedy, but they present themselves as being very abundant. Someone else, since this isn't a personal reading, trying to tell all the different stories of what might be going on, they also could present themselves as having sudden wealth. There could be someone secretly who feels in lack, like they don't have enough. They don't have the skills and resources to surround themselves with the luxuries they'd like to surround themselves in life, and they don't believe they have the resources to manifest that for themselves. There could be someone outside of them who is trying to tempt them into a relationship. Maybe that person came into sudden wealth, or this false person presents himself as having a lot of wealth, and this person is kind of wondering maybe if they should be in a relationship with that person in order to be surrounded by luxuries in life. So let's go see what's going on. Tell us what's going on in the family room. So the family room is like discussions behind closed doors, or like in your mind. Okay. So in a family room, we have Cancer, Libra, and the moon, Pisces energy. Some people could be discussing right now, should we move forward in a relationship, being false, maybe with someone who's false, because it would look really successful according to worldly standards. We'd look like we've had victory in our life. Is that just and fair? Would that be justice? Or is that an illusion? Is this person presenting me with an illusion? Are they telling me that if you get in a relationship with me, we'll be really victorious, it'll be just and fair and balanced? But is that an illusion? Will this person choose to get in a relationship with someone who, under false pretenses, because it would bring them sudden wealth to be in a relationship with that person, but they'd look very successful and they think it's just and fair, but in order to be in that relationship, they have to keep things hidden beneath the surface of their emotions. Would they get into that relationship under false pretenses and just create an illusion about it, saying, oh no, this is a very loving, just, and fair relationship, but really it's not? Let's go see what they have hidden beneath the surface. What is being hidden beneath the surface? There could have been some people who are in a relationship with someone who's in positive Cancer energy, who is balanced, who is emotionally balanced, very loving, very nurturing, who is just and fair and kind, or they're in a relationship with a Libra or with someone who harnesses that seems just and fair, but there's things hidden beneath the surface. Someone in the relationship has some things hidden beneath the surface. And what's maybe hidden beneath the surface is that it might be a very loving relationship, it's a very balanced relationship, but this person could feel financially in the world like they don't have, well, they're not sure if it moves forward that they can manifest their dreams to be surrounded by luxury of life. And that's maybe what they hide, is that they really want to be surrounded by luxuries in life. Their shadow side really wants to have sudden wealth. So maybe what they're hiding in a loving relationship, they could be hiding that they're stuck about balancing out their emotions and staying in that relationship because they have these fears and insecurities. They don't know what they move forward in a loving, just, and fair relationship. Will they end up having the luxuries of life? Do they have the resources to give birth to like a new life? Maybe in their Pisces energy, there's someone who operates a lot from their pride and ego. And they'd really have to try to, Sagittarius energy, they'd have to educate themselves about some other belief systems and philosophies of life to get themselves out of this egotistical way of living their life. I mean, why so worried about being surrounded by the luxuries in life? Why wouldn't you just assume that if you keep moving forward in an emotionally balanced, loving, just, fair manner, that it all just comes with time? And this person maybe has a problem seeing things from any other perspective. You know, maybe they have a lot of fears and insecurities they'd have to balance out. If they were in a relationship with someone that was more about looking successful according to worldly standards, they could have been hiding that other people in their life that they didn't choose to be in a relationship with are people who are very enlightened and very patient and very balanced, but they had a lot of fear of insecurity of moving forward in that type of relationship. So they got into a relationship more out of looking victorious. And they're keeping hidden that they might even be moving forward in this relationship with this false person for sudden wealth, and they're hiding the fact that they're enlightened about the whole situation. And they're just trying to balance out their emotions about it. And they have a lot of fears about probably that what's hidden would be revealed. Some person who's maybe tempting them with an offer knows that this person has a lot of fears. This false person is enlightened about the fact that this person has fears and that this person is trying to find their balance. But they might want to move forward with this person anyway, maybe out of their own pride and ego, or to look victorious by worldly standards. Maybe they both have kind of a lack mentality. Tell us about the poverty card. The moon card can be fears. If they move forward with the relationship, they could fear that someone would become enlightened about the fact that they were just trying to maintain their emotional balance because they have a lot of fears and insecurities. So, the poverty card could be read a couple different ways, so see which one fits your experience. But there could be, I view the Queen of Pentacles as Taurus energy. A Taurus who has kind of a lack mentality, is fearful of moving forward in life, who kind of likes everything to be the same, is unwilling to move forward and deal with their own inner conflict, to take that youthful, believing, creative, inspired action in their life. It's like more focused on the 3D world. Maybe they're unwilling to detach from being so worldly focused. That causes them a lot of inner conflict. For other people, they could feel kind of in lack because a partner they had been in a relationship with did know their worth and value, is nurturing, is loving, is enlightened, is patient, is kind. But because this person has a lack mentality that doesn't believe in themselves or is more materialistically focused, they walked away from maybe a loving, nurturing partner because they do have inner conflict and maybe they're very competitive in the 3D world. So this person decided to communicate to someone who is a privileged lady, which would imply they are someone who has a lot of abundance. If they felt in lack, they could have left a loving relationship in order to get in a relationship with someone who has a lot of wealth, and they are operating from their shadow emotional self instead of their true, more emotional self. And they communicated to that person because this person has wealth. So they communicate to this person who has wealth that they would like to come together in a relationship or a marriage with them. And they'll just be kind of emotionally creative in the relationship. Another way this could be, there could be a false person who kind of operates from their shadow side, that they wanted to move forward with a Libra or someone they felt is just and fair and balanced. They were hiding the fact that they might want to move forward with them because they're in their pride and ego, maybe about a Sagittarius or someone who's very emotionally balanced, and they have fear and insecurity about doing that themselves. They could be hiding the fact that they're getting in the relationship out of pride and ego because they have a lot of fears and insecurities they'd have to work through. They could want to move forward with this just and fair person because somehow they were left out in the cold, or financially they feel out in the cold, and they are very competitive. So even if this person they want to be in a relationship with is in a marriage or a commitment, because this false person wants to move forward with someone who's in this relationship, they communicate to them. Either because the fact that they're left out in the cold from a relationship and they have inner conflict about that and they want to be in a relationship and they're hoping a person who is maybe in a loving relationship, they're hoping this person will come be in a relationship with them. Maybe that they can seduce them over to the relationship with them because they have sudden wealth. They're hiding the fact that they might be doing it out of pride and ego, or they feel stuck. Because in order for them to move forward in their own life, they'd have to balance out their emotions and overcome their own fear and insecurity. And instead of doing any of that, it's like, well, I see you're in a relationship, maybe with someone who's very abundant, creative, inspired, and you guys seem to have a great relationship, but I want that relationship. I want to be the one you move forward with. So I'm going to go communicate with you to come get in a relationship with me and reject the main female or emotional person that you're in a relationship with. And I'm hoping to appeal to your sense of wanting to be surrounded by luxury in life. And that hopefully, with me presenting you with an offer of sudden wealth, if you come get in a relationship with me, that will appeal to you, and you will then take kind of emotionally creative action to cut your current partner out of your life, and you will kind of operate from your shadow nature just like me, and we'll enjoy ourselves in sudden wealth. And for some of you, that could have already happened. And if the person went and got in a relationship with them, so then what this person did when they were going to be creative to get out of the relationship they were in, they decided to act from their pride and ego. Because now they were in a mental prison. This person who's stable and abundant is offering them a new beginning, and they feel very competitive. They could have all this sudden wealth. They'd look like they're moving forward very successfully if they went and got in a relationship with that person. So yeah, they communicated to the person who has abundance that I'll get in a relationship with you. I'll get rid of my current partner. So then they got in a relationship. Both of them are kind of hiding that they're doing it out of pride and ego and have fear and insecurity. Some of them are hiding that the person that they got out of a relationship with was became enlightened to the fact that this person seemed to be in a mental prison, so that relationship ended. Their partner turned their back on them. They were left out in the cold. And because they had inner conflict, they decided to communicate and get in contact again with this person. And I would say if they get in that relationship, because see, this pattern, it just keeps going round and round. You know, this is a loop people can get in until they rise up and out of it. So they could have gotten in a relationship with that person. It seemed like it was victorious. They looked like they were moving forward very well. But, you know, it doesn't get rid of their poverty consciousness. It doesn't get rid of their feeling of lack. No relationship is going to do that. Being in a relationship with this person as your partner is going to make you feel left out in the cold because you still have all this inner conflict. Until you deal with your own inner conflict, that would make you align with your shadow side to begin with. Fear, insecurity, selfishness, greed. You're always going to have inner conflict. I mean, your conscience is maybe going to work on you. Could some of them now want to communicate to the people who kept moving forward in positive energy, who stayed emotionally balanced in the energy of love, who are just and fair and balanced, who aren't showing the world that they've become enlightened about this whole situation and that they've just been balancing out their emotions about it? That even though they were left out in the cold by a partner who got seduced by someone's wealth, that they've been nurturing themselves and that they're moving forward and dealing with their inner conflict. Some of those might be communicating to these people who got in relationships surrounded by luxury and wealth, that they might be communicating to them now that they know that they are deceptive. And that these people who stayed emotionally balanced and just and fair and knew their worth and value, those people are going to give birth to a new life. I kind of look at the privileged lady as Empress energy, as Taurus Libra energy. They're balanced, they're just, they're fair, they're hardworking, they're committed, they're loyal, they're dedicated, and they're creative and inspired in their Leo energy. They're emotionally bold and confident. They're going to step into their own life. And this person that they also had emotional relationship with, the person who cut them out of their life, they're letting this person know that I'm giving birth to a new life and you are no longer an emotional counterpart in my life because I know you're false. And I'm going to give birth to a new life. What are the positive people in positive Scorpio energy going to give birth to? Seeing all the emotional opportunities ahead of you and walking away from people, places, things, whatever, ways of thinking, believing, perceiving that you know are never going to bring you emotional wish fulfillment. And you will give birth to these false people who got in relationships for false reasons. You'll give birth to them probably being emotionally confused by you walking away. Well, and they just live in their illusion. It's like, I'm walking away from the illusion. You either build your life and your relationships on love and hope and faith, or you're trying to build it on something else. You're creating illusion because you live in illusion. You think that will bring you what you want to bring you, but the only thing that brings you what you really want in your life is love. And so you're walking away from these people illusions. You're not going to be stuck in this loop pattern with them. They can stay in it, but you're not going to. What are the positive Scorpios who are moving forward in their life? What are they headed towards? People walk away in the Eight of Cups because they know something will never bring them their emotional wish fulfillment and happiness. So they move forward to find their emotional wish fulfillment. You, in the Lover's Gemini card, love. Knowing that love is a free will choice and these people didn't choose love. They chose to act, they just got a lack mentality, like they just don't believe in it. Maybe they just haven't seen the truth that life is about love yet. They think maybe getting in relationships and emotionally indulging yourself is good. That works, right? But you're going to go towards loving Gemini energy. If it's not a person you're going towards, you're going to be in that energy yourself. Because staying in this loop of this triangulated type relationship is never going to bring you the emotional wish fulfillment you deserve to have in your life. And you're going to go forward and be happy and be emotionally self-sovereign, that people outside of you don't determine if you're happy or unhappy. You determine that by the things you choose to focus your thoughts and emotions and attention on. And you are letting go of this old foundation. You had maybe initially worked on a relationship with someone thinking you were building a foundation together, that it was going to provide stability and security and all those good things, but light has been shed that these people operate from an unstable foundation. You know, building a foundation on something other than love? What's that? And underneath that is the Nine of Pentacles. Being self-sovereign in your own sense of stability and security. You know your worth and value. You don't have to be in any of these foundations or, to feel stable and secure and abundant and valuable within yourself. These people don't bring you emotional happiness, and they don't bring you stability and security. So there you go, Scorpio. That's pretty awesome. So basically, the energies you're working with within yourself is love and justice, Cancer and Libra energy, and Pisces energy, to see things from a new perspective, dreaming of what the future can be, getting yourself in the driver's seat of your own life, taking the reins of your free will so your fear, your insecurity, whatever, doesn't drive your life off into the ditch, and you're working through your thoughts, knowing your emotional worth and value, moving forward, dealing with the inner conflict and competitive nature that these people brought up within you. And you are sending a message that you are going to give birth to a new life. You're going to take creative, inspired, bold, confident action in Libra, Taurus, Leo energy to give birth to a new life. You have seen through the illusion and you're walking away from it. And that's the point of anybody kind of like this who comes into our life, is for us to realize, what do we deserve? Are we going to keep staying in this, or do we deserve better? Is this just and fair? Is this love? Did the relationship look good on the surface and according to the world, but it wasn't people being in the driver's seat and being just and fair and balanced? Willing to see things from new perspectives, willing to balance out their emotions? Or were they immature? Were they competitive? Do they have a lot of inner conflict that they still need to work through? And if they do, wish them peace and go forward, because we certainly don't need more people in the world being competitive and having inner conflict. So hopefully if they stay in this loop for a while longer, they'll decide to get out of it. But you're getting out of it. You're going to go work in Gemini energy. You want to be in loving connections with people who are emotionally self-sovereign, who aren't codependent, and who have brought down their old foundations, and you're willing to do that too. So, and then I have this quote calendar that I just randomly flipped before the reading. And you got, look for something positive in every day, even if some days you have to look a little harder. So there you all go, Scorpio energies of the world. I wish you peace, love, and joy. Yeah, maybe you've been just watching this play out. I mean, it could have happened to you, but you've been kind of over here observing. And finally, it's just like, oh my gosh, I am not even going to pay these people attention anymore. This is their drama. They got themselves into it. Maybe a Cancer, a Libra, a Pisces, a Sagittarius, and a Taurus, and a Leo. And it's like, I'm done. I'm going to go talk to Gemini. Who's grounded and stable. Maybe an Empress in waiting. Somebody who's ready to give birth to a new life. Somebody who's practical, grounded, and stable, harnessing Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo energy. Who has seen things from a new perspective, who has become enlightened. And maybe as Scorpio walks away and becomes more independent, they become enlightened about what was it about the past that had even made them stay and focus on that relationship for so long. And in their Virgo energy, once they've gained insight and wisdom, they're moving forward with their own long-term plan to offer their time, energy, and effort to step into the spotlight of their own life in Leo energy. They have tempered their beastly nature of pride, ego, fear, insecurity. They have seen themselves and life from a new perspective, and they're moving forward being emotionally brave and strong. So there you go, Scorpio. I wish you all peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.